This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're outside of Erie, Colorado. I am here at Edelweiss Alpacas. Since 2009, they have offered breeding and sales with integrity. I am here with the owners. Let me ask you folks, first of all, alpacas isn't something I learned about in high school or even as in grade school. Share with me how it is that you guys got involved in this type of industry.
We saw alpacas first at the National Western Stock Show sometime in early 2000. We didn't do much about that at that time, but we were intrigued by them and interested, and so we thought eventually Dave had some medical things going on, and we thought we needed an alternative backup income, and so we decided to go into alpacas.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this, Dave. Did you grow up with alpacas? Were you exposed to these animals before, let's say, 2000?
No, I'm strictly a city slicker. I grew up in Chicago.
Okay, so definitely not. Let's start off first of all. Why don't we educate the viewers out there? What is an alpaca? Explain to me where this animal comes from.
Okay. Alpacas are part of the camelid family. Camels, alpacas, llamas, guanacos, and vicuñas are all in that family. All of those except camels come from South America, and eventually they imported alpacas and llamas up here to the United States, and then they have since closed importation. I'm not quite sure what year, 1990s something, and so we now have alpacas up here, and it's a great breeding industry for getting finer and finer fiber for the clothing and the fashion industry.
Excellent. So obviously fiber is a big factor here with these animals. Were these animals used in the past for labor? I mean, can they pack things, or are they just animals that are more for their fiber?
They are raised strictly for their fiber. Llamas are big enough that they can pack equipment and things and go on treks and things like that. They're also more sure-footed than alpacas. Alpacas are raised only for their fiber, and it's a luxury fiber. In South America, at the time of the Incas and the Mayas, it was called the fiber of the gods, and only the royalty could wear it. Now the fine fiber is equivalent to cashmere, and so it's a very high-end clothing product with alpaca in it.
Interesting. The animals themselves, are we talking about friendly animals?
Absolutely. They are friendly, they're gentle, they're low-key animals, they're low-maintenance animals, easy to work with.
And you have both male and female here on the ranch, and is there a difference in temperament between the two?
Not necessarily. Sometimes the males can be a little more aggressive because they're breeding animals, and the male hormones and the competition amongst themselves. But as you see, we have several alpacas, male alpacas, together in a pen. Sometimes some are so aggressive they do need to be separated and can't be with other males. But most of ours are friendly enough with each other that they can be penned together.
Wonderful. One of the things, obviously, they're a very gentle nature, almost a serene, peaceful feeling that people have around them. So companionship, is that one of the main reasons people enjoy them?
Yes, it is. They can be used as companion animals, and they can be taken to nursing homes and medical facilities and used, just as a gentle animal that can come visit the elderly or come visit anybody. Sometimes they are used as therapeutic animals. That's not so widely known, but it can be done.
Interesting. But going back to the fiber again, what folks are really deciding to purchase one of these animals is to actually harvest their own fiber. Is that something that you can teach them and help them along the way as well?
Absolutely. The fiber can be sheared off just once a year, and that can be professionally done, so people don't have to do that themselves. But then they get the fiber. There are many people who want to wash it, card it, comb it, spin it, and everything themselves. Other people, like us, send the fiber to a mill, and they do all of the work for us, and then we have the yarn back. And then I sell the yarn. I sell also lesser finished product like bats and rovings, and then the skeins of yarn, and I also have finished product that I sell.
So we're talking about fleece, yarn, felt, all this is coming off of the animals. And do you actually harvest yourself and make some of those materials available to people if they want to purchase straight from you?
Yes, we do. We have raw fleece available, and then we have any of the other stages available, bats and rovings, felt, etc.
Does the actual fiber itself, are you able to dye it? I mean, is it pretty dyeable?
It is, especially the white and the light colored fawns are dyeable. Some people dye the gray as well. And you can get very beautiful muted colors. You can get very beautiful brilliant colors. It's beautiful. It dyes beautifully.
Excellent. Well, like Dave was saying, growing up in Chicago, we're not really exposed to alpacas too heavily, and I wasn't myself. But yet, you guys are exposing the youth to these animals. You've got a real successful 4-H program. Share with me what is involved there.
Well, what it is we're actually working here with Boulder County, and we're doing a program what's called Lease an Alpaca. And this year we've got 10 youth that are actually going to be working with the animals, and they'll go through learning how to raise an animal, what's all done required in taking care of the animal, the medication, the general halting, leading them. They'll get to where the animal feels comfortable with them, and they'll even get to the point where they're going to be taking them through obstacle courses, so because the animal will trust them so much, and they'll even put costumes on them at some point.
Excellent. I mean, is it pretty exciting to see the youth get out here and get involved with that? I mean, do they spend a certain amount of hours out here per month?
They have to be here 6 hours a month.
And that's a minimum.
That's the minimum. So they actually come out here, and what ages are we talking about?
Anywhere from 8 to 18. Most of ours are 8 to 13 or 14.
Excellent. Folks out there that are checking you out, obviously, you can pretty much shop from anywhere because you have them available online. If people are out there navigating the web, share with us what the herd sires are. What is that difference?
The herd sire is a high quality animal that is desirable for his genetics, and so you want to breed him to a female and carry on his good quality genetics. And you're looking for density of fleece. You're looking for crimp style, which is kind of like crinkle fries. You're looking for fineness. Fineness is key, and that's measured in microns, and the lower the micron, the better. You're looking for coverage, that it's consistent across the whole animal from shoulder to tail, and it needs to be consistent. So those are the better breeding males, and they're called herd sires.
Excellent. And a foundation herd, what is that?
That would be more the females, who are pretty good quality also, but anyway, they're used for the cria birth and that, okay. And of course, and you just have a stock of females that you use pretty much. And you can buy and sell females as well. You can buy and sell the crias after 6 months and the males, but the foundation females are the ones you kind of use mostly for your breeding program.
Excellent.
They're the ones a lot of times you'll know that whoever you breed to, you're going to get good quality from, so that you can improve whatever you have. Because there are some females, when you breed to, they give you just a regular run-of-the-mill. Well, then you don't use those into your foundation herd.
Excellent. One of the things, obviously, when you picked out this location, you were looking for something that you'd have some basically small farm attention that you're able to give here. Was that important to you?
Yes, it was. We wanted something small enough that we can handle and manage, and still big enough that, of course, they can have room to run and do that. So we have 3.5 acres.
And does that make it easy also for educating people, because the fact you can really hands-on, one-on-one?
Absolutely, yes.
One of the things here, obviously the environment is open. You've got a place here people can come out and actually tour. Tell me a little bit about the tours.
We do have a lot of people come for tours and that, and it takes an hour to an hour and a half because we're very talkative and we do a lot of hands-on with the alpacas. So people get to feed them by hand sometimes. They get to be close up and petting and touching and interacting with the alpacas, and the alpacas are quite tolerant of that.
So if folks are open to the interaction, there it is. Basically come out for a couple of hours, pack a lunch or something, and enjoy being out here in the open. I mean, I love it myself. We come from the city, and so everything seems a little more calm here. Yeah. It's kind of nice. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. Basically on the website, you can check out the different animals they've got available for you right there. They try to keep that updated for you. You can also check them out on Facebook, because these folks go out and about out. Many times they're at alpaca shows, and you can actually meet with them and speak with them. But if not, it's as simple as a phone call or possibly an email in. They can answer all the questions for you. They're a full-service ranch providing the breeding right here of alpacas, but they also they have some great products right there on the website, and they also provide the fiber, like she said, as well. Folks out there that maybe have their own alpacas and they don't have a place to put them, or they need a place to put them temporarily, do you provide boarding here?
We do provide boarding. We have about 40 alpacas here now, and about half of those are boarded. So we're kind of at our limit right now, but that can ebb and flow. And so right now we do board, and we treat our boarded animals just as we treat our own. We give supplemental medication if they need it, supplement for feeding and diet if they need it. We give extra feed if they need it, lower feed if they need it. And we're just interacting with the alpacas all the time ourselves, at least twice a day and other times as well. And so we know what's going on with them, and we immediately call owners if we need to refer to a vet, etc. And we just give them tender care all the time.
We're definitely happy to educate folks out there on alpacas. This is something you don't hear about quite a few times. If folks out there are interested in actually purchasing, do you offer financing in-house as well?
Yes, we do. Financing can kind of vary according to the situation, the price of the animal, but usually we would like a third down. But we offer financing and different payment plans and that, extended payment and that. And
let me ask you, you began this in 2009. Before that, not much exposure. I'm sure we have viewers out there that are kind of be intrigued with the animal, maybe want to come out and check it out. Somebody out there who's thinking about wanting one of these animals, what would you tell them, Dave?
Well, at first I'd tell them, ask them, what are they wanting the animal for? Are they going to be wanting to go in for breeding, or are they just looking for something, as you were talking earlier, for companionship, whether they're just looking for a fiber or pet quality animal? That will all affect the type of animal and the price they're looking at. The other thing that they have to worry about is if they're going to be keeping it themselves or if they want us to board it. Because if they're keeping it themselves, these are classified as livestock, and then they got to worry about their zoning or covenants for wherever they live.
Wonderful. Last time viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see their website. Right there you're going to find their contact information. Obviously you can reach out to them via Facebook or even on the website. If you'd like to come out and take a tour during the days they have available, you can see those dates available right there as well. And once again, this is a place that has been providing breeding as well as sales with integrity. Small farm attention. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here with Total Eclipse. Since 2011, they have been providing instant total darkness for those that cherish their sleep, not only at home, but traveling abroad. I'm here with Jason, who is the inventor, owner of the company. Thanks for joining us, Jason. Let's start off a little bit here. How does an engineer, somebody who has a passion for traveling, as well as the same time cherishing your sleep, was this a natural progression in coming up with this product?
Absolutely. I mean, like many Americans today, I travel a lot, and I found myself that I wasn't happy with the products that were out there. And I am lucky that my background allows me to be able to come up with new ideas, hopefully ones that are better than those that have been done before. And so I designed a sleep mask that I feel is the best one on the market.
Wonderful. I mean, so quite honestly, you were the first satisfied customer, if you will. Share with me, obviously, if anybody goes out to an airplane today, possibly a commuter bus, we're going to find folks with noise-canceling headphones, earphones, pretty much up and down the aisles there. Basically, this is only canceling out one of our senses. Why do you think the canceling out of the visual is so important?
I think it's so important because on a sunny day, you can shut your eyes and you're still going to see light through your eyelids. Having total blackout is incredible. It allows you to stay asleep for a lot longer and have a much deeper sleep. And so I really wanted to focus on my product, on making sure that the sleep mask did what it's really supposed to do, block out all light, period.
Speaking of, I mean, obviously we don't see people having masks as much as we do the ear canceling. Do you feel that reason is because really they're not quite effective, the other tools on the market?
I think you're exactly right. I think people are used to seeing what they believe to be a traditional sleep mask, and that's what they have in their head as what works. But in reality, it doesn't work well at all, and they're just used to that.
So basically, you're saying that these products out there that are blocking out maybe 85%, that's just not enough for you. You're looking at something that is 100% blockage here almost.
Exactly. I mean, I have a typical sleep mask in my pocket right now. You guys might recognize these at home. And if I demonstrate for you, this is how one would normally wear it. And I can see pretty much everything on the floor in front of me right now. So that means that if I were trying to sleep and it got suddenly bright in the room that I'm in, I'm actually going to be able to sense that. And intuitively, I may or may not wake up. With my product, it completely seals the area around your face and therefore blocks all light.
Blocking all light. You best describe that by giving the definition of total eclipse. What is that for our viewers?
Well, it's a phenomenon when the sun is completely blocked out and therefore there is no light whatsoever. And that's what I wanted to convey to my users, my potential customers, to everyone out there, that my product is going to be the sleep mask that they can trust to block all light and therefore help them sleep better, whether that means at home or on the road.
Speaking of on the road out there, obviously we check in ourselves to a hotel, a motel to get some great sleep. We have a way to put a sign on the outside door and let the world know that we don't want to be disturbed, or possibly it's okay to wake us up at a certain time. You really have created a way to do that with a mask.
Absolutely. I have a patent pending on the ability to write on the front of the mask. That works on both the white version of the mask as well as the black, and I can demonstrate that for you. So here I have, Gary, the white mask. And one of the models, the Total Eclipse whiteboard, comes with this dry erase marker. And you could write anything you want on the front, such as "Do not disturb." Perhaps you would say, "Please wake me up at 7 a.m." to your wife. Perhaps you would write, when you're flying, you'd write, "Please wake me up for beverage service." There are so many different uses for it. Really, the key is being able to communicate with those around you, even when you're sleeping. And by the way, this dry erase marker comes with an included eraser in the cap, so you could easily just erase your message and write a new one right on the spot.
Interesting. What a great way to communicate with folks around you. I mean, why did you feel it was important to basically put together 4 different styles that would help the end consumer?
You know, in my opinion, the 4 different styles are really just the basics, and that's what I wanted to cover. You want to be able to have a basic model for those who are more looking for an economical sleep mask that still provides the total darkness. And then there are those that are looking for the upgraded features. And in this particular case, the upgraded feature is that ability to write anything you want, draw pictures on the front of the mask and erase them right away. And that lets you communicate with those around you. To me, I feel like that's a very useful feature that has helped me a lot. And I hope that my customers feel the same.
So for folks out there that want to actually order one that you can write on, would those be considered the black and the white whiteboard? Is that correct?
That's exactly right. So my classic model, which comes in black or white, is the basic model. And then the upgraded version is the Total Eclipse whiteboard, which comes in white, and the Total Eclipse blackboard that comes in black. And for those of you that aren't familiar with being able to write on a black surface, I have another mask here for you. And this is a special type of dry erase marker that'll work on a black background. And you could also write that same, in this case, "Do not disturb." And pardon my handwriting, of course. My handwriting isn't the best, but I hope my viewers will get the idea.
So we're talking about a nice customization to be able to decide between the white or the black. But as an engineer, you actually got a little creative because you didn't stop there. You got something called the face mask. Tell me what that is.
That's exactly right, Gary. I mean, basically, I thought that people love being creative and they love designing their own products. Even if they can't design the shape of the product, often they like to design the graphics. And the face mask is a really interesting way to be able to take your personality, your face, and be able to apply it to a sleep mask in a very unique and hopefully funny way. So I have another example for you. This one here is a picture of my face. And in all cases, it's completely full size. And so if you imagine for a second that I was sleeping here and you were looking at the right angle, it would almost look like I'm still awake. And I've gotten a lot of funny reactions from people, whether you know, on the bus sleeping or on an airplane. People find this to be quite funny. And like all of my models, it blocks out all light. And that's ultimately what a sleep mask is supposed to do.
Excellent. What a great marketing tool as well, because folks got to be able to look at that and go, where did you get that? I got to have one of those. That's great. Is this truly a one-size-fits-most situation?
Absolutely. I mentioned earlier that I'm a mechanical engineer by background, and so I made sure to use anthropometric data, which is measurements of the human face, to be able to design my mask so it fits most people very, very well.
Excellent. When we're out and about traveling abroad, we find ourselves in some strange situations, be it at an airport with no place to lay down. Does this work great in all different positions? People who sleep on their side, sleep on their back, or you name it?
I would say it works well in most positions. Obviously, this mask actually works the best in the lying on your back position. You know, I designed it primarily for sleeping while you're traveling. That being said, many of my customers use it in a whole variety of positions, whether it means sleeping on your side, sleeping even on your face if you want to. You know, everything works just fine.
Obviously, when you're trying to get some shut-eye here, blocking out that light is very important, but also you want to be comfortable while you're sleeping. Is this a product folks can put on and feel good about?
Absolutely. So the mask was designed to not only block out all light, but to be extremely comfortable, like you just mentioned. The mask was designed using ultra-soft comfort foam with a thin layer of fleece on this outer surface that goes against your face. And so you can see here that it's really soft, and then when you put it on your face, such as I'm going to do, the mask itself has a slight pressure that conforms the foam to your eye socket, and that's what's actually blocking the light and is extremely comfortable.
Excellent. A lot of folks anymore are taking part in meditation or even for relaxation. This has to be a great tool for that.
Absolutely. I have a lot of customers that use my mask for meditation, as you just mentioned, or yoga. I also have a lot of customers that use my mask for dining in the dark events. So if you have a restaurant and you want a very unique event for your customers, you can dim the lights just slightly so that your wait staff can actually see, but your customers can't because they're wearing total eclipse sleep masks.
This has to be a love for somebody who has migraines out there. I mean, obviously, where the light can be your enemy, this is a great tool.
Absolutely. In another life, I'm also a mechanical engineer for helmets, and many of my colleagues actually have had catastrophic impacts where they've had head injuries, and I'm the first place that they call after they get back home and situated. My sleep mask has helped them be able to sleep better and avoid those migraines caused by concussions.
Excellent. Obviously, your wife is a big promoter and a big backer. What are some of the other feedback that you've gotten out there from folks?
A lot of my customers love the fact that you can actually store the earplugs in the mask itself. So every one of the Total Eclipse sleep masks comes with a pair of earplugs, just like this. And on the side of the strap, you can actually see these two little earplug pockets. So you squeeze your earplug just like you would when you put it in your ear. You put it in the pocket, and as the earplug expands, it conforms to the shape of the little hole there, and you never have to worry about losing your earplugs.
I can appreciate somebody who's thought of all the angles, and obviously you have engineering background comes into play there, but obviously the face on the front is great for marketing as well, and what a great conversation piece for folks out there. Got to be something that, has it surprised you, some of the growth out there of people loving your product?
Absolutely. You know, it amazes me. From all corners of the earth, people are absolutely loving my product. It doesn't matter if you're in the US, all the way in Europe, all the way in Asia. This sleep mask and its benefits are universal to everybody. Women also tell me in particular that they love my mask because it doesn't smudge their makeup. So you can have your makeup and you want to take a quick siesta in the afternoon. You put on my sleep mask, you get a great afternoon's nap. Then you can go right back to work looking just as beautiful as you did before.
And possibly without wrinkles, we don't know.
Exactly.
Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. Last time there, check it out. Go do some research there, and basically you're going to find out you've got 4 different styles to choose from. He has covered the basics for you, and basically that's what he intended to do as well. Check out a little bit more about the history of the company, and you're bound to find something there that you're going to love to throw in your travel bag and make sure that you get some serious shut-eye when you're out and about. But don't let it stop there, because you can keep it at home, right on your nightstand, and enjoy the comforts of quiet sleep, especially for those out there that are working graveyard. And this is a great product. We had to come out and check it out here in Denver, Colorado. That is Total Eclipse. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.